YouTube is not the same as before. This fast-paced retention editing that we've been seeing evolved for so long with MrBeast, Who's the Boss, and Ryan Trahan. It's finally coming to an end, and this new editing format is gaining a lot of new numbers and more attention since the last 2 years. The anti-edit style. And if you're an editor or creator trying to make better videos, then I think it's very important for you to hear me out. Because in this video, I'm going to use this style and show you how you can reach a wider audience with less editing. But before that, why are we here in the first place? Look, in our OG YouTube era, 3 metrics were equally important for a creator's growth: subscriber count, view count, and average watch time. But just like everything changes, YouTube made a small change. To maintain viewer interest in all videos, and more importantly, to keep viewers on the YouTube platform for longer, they started prioritizing watch time. Watch time is the priority. View count still matters, but not that much, and forget about subscriber count. The result is obviously that all the big creators are in a rat race to optimize every single second. They just have to hold the viewer's attention by any means. For example, look at MrBeast's challenge videos.
I laid a giant circle in the middle of nowhere.
And this is a random subscriber. And if he stays in this circle for 100 days, I'll give him $500,000.
If this doesn't excite you, watch this crazy Airbnb series by Ryan.
Today I'm leaving America to go stay in the most strange Airbnbs on the entire planet that you won't believe are real. However, I must have an OMG moment at each location, otherwise I have to leave a 1-star review.
Or Mr. Who's the Boss tech videos.
I'm about to spend $15,000 in the next 5 minutes buying the most extreme survival tech on the internet. And then I'm going to chuck myself into the wilderness to see if it actually allows me to survive.
If you pay close attention to the timeline, you'll find one thing common in all of these: stimulation at every second. Every second, there's bound to be a cut, text, transition, effect, or graphic. Which honestly worked really well. But spoiler alert, not for long. It went very well for 4 to 5 years because the audience was also getting to see high-effort, high-quality videos. But just like I said in my last video, when a product or service becomes available in large quantities, in abundance, the audience gets bored and demands it. Its counterpart was the raw and authentic YouTube style of videos, without so much noise. Enter the no BS anti-edit content, which has little or no heavy effects, very little text, and very crisp talking head, A-rolls, and complementary B-rolls. The best example of this is Optimum's product videos, which are pulling millions and millions of views.
It does not get faster than this. Yeah, this tiny PC with a 5090. I'm gonna be honest, I was not sure whether this would even work, but in the end, the temperatures turned out so good that I think this is gonna be my new machine.
Even Riza's soothing life documentaries are lovely examples.
For over a year now, I had this idea to go on a solo trip somewhere, to spend a week by the sea in a cabin and do nothing but read, brainstorm, and write. In other words, I wanted to go on a think week.
And this content also stands out because of fewer cuts, viewers were finally able to breathe throughout the videos. After a long time, people were actually able to listen to someone talk clearly instead of listening to a man shouting in front of the camera with huge text and 15 sound effects. Now, most of you might think that this is low-effort content or very little time was spent in editing because there is no need to add any spice to it. There is no fancy editing, which is only partially true because even though there is no use of fancy transitions, text effects, or heavy VFX in it, it does drain you psychologically. Your scripting, voiceover, and even talking head, which is called A-roll, all these should be very refined because your content is the hook, in this case, not the post-production, and hence will keep you very psychologically active throughout the process. Scripting, directing, shooting, and acting to make every word count, and this style will have a direct impact on your authenticity because people will listen to you better, understand you, relate to you, which ultimately is a very good thing for community building. That's why, if you will notice, all the monthly creators like Jimmy, Aaron, or Ryan are slowly shifting to slower narratives because they are actually noticing the retention dips themselves. The one thing they were optimizing for till now is backfiring. So now they also focus on storytelling, build-up, payoff, character arc, etc. Which is a good sign that YouTube is healing, slowly but healing. For example, look at this new smartphone review video of Who's the Boss, which came out in July.
This has been a long time coming. The Nothing Company appeared 5 years ago. They first released a pair of earphones, then they dabbled in entry-level and mid-range smartphones, but the Nothing Phone 3 is the first time they have ever released a flagship phone.
Yes, I know we are not fully there, but the pacing is still much slower than previous video. As you can see from the timeline comparison of both videos, the shorts are held down, there are few pauses, the graphics are not overloaded, and the sound effects are not overloaded. You know what? Another crazy thing that I recently observed was how Marcus's channel, which has been running for 15 years, is still somewhat in the same format. Like, obviously there has been a lot of improvement in the production quality, motion design, very professional graphic screens, all of that. But the underlying emotion is still the same. Just a guy who is passionate about tech, sharing his opinions and experiences and informing people about it.
So, in the wake of probably the biggest update to iPadOS in its entire history, I've also been testing this amazing Android tablet, and it's kind of reminded me that now, more than ever, these things kind of have a problem, and I just wanted to get all of my thoughts into one video.
And I mean, he's still relevant in 2026 and one of the most reliable sources of tech community even after so many years. That's why I think efficiency-wise, this style is quite amazing actually. Because if you are also a creator, then you know that editing is a very time-consuming process of your entire video. And if you can cut short this process by 70-80%, can save your effort there, then that's a big boost for your upload schedule and even your mental peace. But let me be very clear, don't think that if you don't have to edit, then why do you need to learn editing? Or if I hire someone, then it won't take much time, etc. Then I can get it by paying a small amount. It's quite the opposite actually, because to reach this level of minimalism and thoughtful workflow, you need very intensive experience and knowledge of everything. Pacing, music and sound design, even graphic design or motion design. Because only then will you be able to develop a taste. Out of the 100 things you've learned, you'll be able to select premium few and use them in your video. If you try to create your first Premiere project in this format, you'll cut it out within 5 minutes. You won't learn anything, and the result won't be worth watching. Therefore, I would suggest the best approach is to consume all content. Consume content from every genre. Whether it's Jimmy's retention edited videos or Vox's super highly produced documentaries. What this will do is regularly add entries to your library of ideas, which will be useful later when you sit down to edit. So you can tastefully select premium and selected elements from within these ideas and execute this anti-edit format in a refined manner. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to this channel and also share it.